Hey, everybody, this is Smelly from NOFX. You are listening to Midday with Courtney Theriault. That's right. Don't be a jackass and turn to the next station. Keep it right here. And tell your mom to quit texting me. It was a one-night stand. I was perfectly freaking clear.
Hey, all you rad dads out there.
Well, my parents used to say there were two paths in life. You could either find a career you like for 40 years or retire or end retire, or you could become a punk. Why not both? That's what our next guest has done. For 4 decades, he's kept the beat for the godfathers of modern punk music. And now, along with Fat Mike and the other members of NOFX, he's set to retire after 40 years of being a punk. See, Mom and Dad, you can do both.
Yeah, if they would have known. If they would have freaking known.
Erik Sandin, a.k.a. Smelly, of the legendary NOFX, joining me right now. You're out in California. You're enjoying that sunshine down there, right?
Oh, of course, man. I just got back from the beach. Literally, I just walked in from the beach.
Oh, hard life being a punk.
No, I have my dog sitting on my lap. I'm sitting in my overpriced house. Just got back from the beach, drinking out of my thermo pack, hipster kind of water thing. So yeah, it's tough, man. Holding it down is not an easy thing to do.
Well, I mean, hey, you know what? I think it's probably safe to say it's a just reward for 40 years of grinding it out, tour after tour, album after album. When you guys started this up back in the 80s there, did you think you'd ever get to 40 years in this?
God, no. I mean, honestly, we started in '83 and we were just three little dumbasses. It was just about having fun. And 10 years into it, we're like, they're still having fun. We weren't making any money. We weren't gaining really much traction. 15 years into it, we're like, holy crap, this is actually kind of starting to work, And then, but it was all about having fun and just with no expectations, just playing music,
Yeah, and I mean, when you guys started, I think, punk was certainly different than what we see it in 2024. How do you think the genre has evolved? I mean, you guys, your sound is still the same. You guys are still NOFX. You guys haven't changed per se, but how do you think the genre's changed?
Well, I mean, it's become a lot safer. It's become a lot more less chaotic and less volatile. Like, when I first got into it in the early 80s, it was aggressive, it was scary, it was, a powder keg waiting to explode at any given moment, whether it be a fight or a riot or just a good time, I think that aspect has kind of gone out the window because it's just been more sanitized throughout the years. Punk rock music, for a lack of better terms, has been gentrified. And I don't mean that like with like middle class people moving in and wiping out the other. I'm just meaning it's just been softened and the culture of it has changed. But that's only my opinion. I'm sure the kids now that are getting into it and that have gotten into it in the last 10 years, whatever, probably think otherwise.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, when you hear people say that Olivia Rodrigo is punk, I mean, some of those people probably still think she's pretty rebellious, right?
Is that the truth that you've heard that?
That's what some people say. She's got a punk aesthetic, and I kind of have a little chuckle at it. But I mean, I guess punk is kind of a state of mind to some extent, though, right?
It is, but it's more than just a state of mind. It's not something you just hold between the ears. There's also action behind it. You got to be willing to swim upstream. You got to be willing to, I don't know, just be more unique. It is. Yes, there's the punk ethic, but there's also the punk action as well.
Yeah. With respect to, I guess you guys, you have done what a lot of bands haven't done is you've kind of maintained the lineup for 4 decades here, going strong. You guys sick of each other?
No, we
Is
are.
that why you're retiring?
No, you know what? To be honest, I wish that was the case. We all get along really freaking well. We're retiring because Mike's just tired of touring, and when the lead singer says, "I'm tired of touring," and it's really hard on me physically. And, we're not getting any younger. You don't really have much choice, and you have to go with it. But we get along really well. Like, we're friends.
Mm.
I mean, that's why we were together for so long prior to like it becoming a real thing. You know, for 15 years, we sat in a van next to each other, side by side, playing in front of 7 people every other night, you know, and so we're friends first and foremost, and that's why we've been together for so long.
Yeah, it's a different beast because you guys are out there doing it in a traditional sort of punk setting. You guys are obviously just folks at home. Punk in Drublic coming here to Edmonton August 10th and 11th. You guys have been doing this in, shall we say, a non-Taylor Swift style approach. You guys play proper rock shows, and that's got to take a bit of a grind on you after 40 years.
I mean, it's physically hard, you know, for everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's probably physically harder on me because of the drums, but I
Mhm.
also think it's kind of a little emotionally taxing on Mike because like having to be a performer, like to vocalize, to like entertain, or you know, like imagine being a comedian and you just found out your dog died, and then you got to go up there and entertain people. Probably at times you're like, "Fuck, I don't got it in me." So, you know, I know that uh at times Mike's like, he's having a bad day, you know, so it's hard to get up there. So it's physically, and for a singer, I mean, it's a different responsibility completely.
Yeah, well, I can imagine, whether you're singing punk music as opposed to singing Josh Groban songs, that's probably more grueling and keeping beat for a punk band, just how fast the songs go. That's obviously a different beast than most drummers. Obviously, we're talking. Can you retire, by the way, if you've never really had a job? I'm just kidding. But I mean, obviously, we are talking about retirement. You seem to have set up a pretty good life for yourself here. When you do hang up the skins, what does the next chapter look like for Smelly?
God, to be honest, I got no fucking clue. Oh, to be
That's
honest,
okay. The good news is there's a person in the studio hitting a button right now.
okay. Well, let me backtrack. To be honest, I got no freaking idea. You know, like I shape surfboards for fun. I have a little t-shirt thing going on, but I'm not emotionally and financially ready for retirement per se. You know, it's not like I got, punk rock doesn't have a pension plan. So I don't know. I don't know. It's scary. It's like there's a cliff in front of me, and I'm about to step off of it. You know, punk rock, NOFX has been my land. It's been my safety, and I'm about to step off of it, and just hoping I land on my feet. You know, and I know everyone's in the same boat, but realistically, we can't go. You know, you can't keep going forever. You know, you ever see those bands where you're like, oh, geez, you should have hung it up like, a little while ago, the
Wow,
old
is
guy.
that slight a Coldplay?
Oh, they should have never even started. The guy has one song and then he just keeps morphing his rest of his songs off that one song. I'm actually referring to like Foreigner and REO Speedwagon and the bands from the 70s that are still like you see them, they're a bunch of 80-year-old dudes with dyeing their hair black and wearing their funny rock outfits. And the last thing I wanted to be is like that dog that should have been put to sleep a long time ago, but still hobbling around the house.
Well, I mean, there you go. You guys are kind of still going out on top, I guess, is the takeaway from this. I do have a friend of mine here with the Rad Dads group, Kristian, who's joining us right now, and he's doing skateboards. I think you guys have something in common a little bit here. Kristian, do you want to ask something?
Oh, I got lots to ask. Maybe I was curious, what's the secret? We've been together so long, and you said you kind of mentioned being friends and stuff like that. Is that the
The
tie that
secret,
binds?
the secret is no expectations and have fun. Because when bands start, a lot of them go like, they're starting to play music because they want to achieve something other than just fun. They want to be rich, they want to be famous, they want to be, you know, rock stars or whatever it is. You're already setting yourself up for failure because likely you won't achieve that or you won't achieve it fast enough. Um, have fun, have fun, have fun. No matter what it is. If you're playing in front of 3 people, if you had fun, and then 15 years later, if you're playing in front of 15,000 people, you're having fun. No matter what, it's a win-win for yourself. No expectations because you will be disappointed if you say, we're the next big thing, and you're the only one that knows it.
Would you have done
Yeah.
anything differently?
Would I have done it? Yeah, I would have taken drum lessons when I first started because I've kind of pigeonholed myself into one style, But other than that, no. Nope. Because we've done it all on our own. We've done it completely in-house. Like we don't have a big lawyer management group. We're not on a major label. We don't use huge booking firms. It's like we just freaking do it. And it's a testament to what our passion is with this and the punk rock ethic. We're not relying on anybody else. We're just doing it.
No, just do it and no regrets. You can't be much more punk rock than that, right?
Well, except for the herpes. I regret the herpes. And I got that from doing it.
So obviously we mentioned you're coming up here August 10th and 11th. By the way, it'll be really nice, I think. I think the forecast calling for that California sunshine. So you'll feel at home, except for the fact that you're in the Canadian prairies. Do you have any good memories of Edmonton? Because you guys have been here many times before.
I'm going to be completely honest here and say, nope.
That's okay. It's an opportunity to make new memories next weekend, right?
No, but it's sort of like the middle ground, passing from whatever we're coming from towards Vancouver. Yeah. You guys are the truck stop in the middle of the night.
Hey, we've been called worse. No worries on that front. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure catching up with you as you guys are set to hang it up after 40 plus years of keeping it real. Erik, thank you so much for taking the time, and very much looking forward to seeing you guys do what you do next weekend.
All right. Thank you very much. Looking forward to shaking hands.
All right, there you go. That's Erik Sandin, a.k.a. Smelly. He's the drummer, the man who's kept the beat for 40 years for NOFX, and they're bringing their touring punk show here to Edmonton August 10th and 11th for the Punk In Drublic, your final opportunity to see the legends, the modern punk legends in concert before they hang them up for good.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, you're listening to, or if you're not listening to, you should be listening to Midday with Courtney. That's right. Courtney rhymes with pork me. So if you want to get porked, talk to pork me, and then you can listen to Courtney on Midday. Okay. Hey, everybody, this is Smelly from NOFX. You are listening to Midday Courtney Theriault. But if you're not listening, get over there and listen to Midday Courtney Theriault. Is that right? Theriault sounds like something that
It's the anglicized version of a French name.
Chip Theriault. Wow, that's a cool flyer, man.
30 years ago, this is the ticket here.
Jesus, are you a hoarder?
No, it's an archivist.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
So my grandmother that had a huge fucking bunch of trash in her house, she was the same thing.
yeah, this is $8 advance.
Boy, times have fucking changed. Is this an actual terrestrial radio station?
Correct. Yeah, we're an AM radio station. We're the news talk of the area.
Oh, I like it. That's all I listen to is the AM shit. Who the fuck wants to listen to the FM music stuff? It all sucks.
Agreed.
Oh,
Okay.
look at you, man. You got a nice hairdo.
Thanks, man. It's I call it television friendly.
It looks very Christian conservative.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that just looking at me, JD Vance would probably like me, but I can't guarantee otherwise.
Appearance, yes. Internal thoughts, no.